Michael, come join us. Michael Urie.
Thank you, everybody. I guess I just came over from my show from BUYER CELLAR, but thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we've been really lucky. You know, people have been coming. We've had great audiences. We've had great press, and in fact, actually 2 weeks ago, I went on vacation, and the New York Times did this whole article about my understudy, Clancy. Clancy, I think is his name. I was on a beach somewhere, you know, just relaxing, and they did this gigantic I mean, who would have thought that could ever happen? I certainly didn't. I'm just so happy for him. But anyway, I'm back now, so we don't have to think about that ever again. BUYER CELLAR is a play written by John Tolins, I think is how you say his name. And it is inspired by Barbara Streisand's book, My Passion for Design. And it really is an inspiring book. And in fact, the publishers from Viking came to see our show, and they asked me if I would be interested in writing a book of my own. And I was like, oh my God, are you crazy? Me, write a book? And then I thought, well, I mean, if Barbara Streisand can do it, why can't I? You know, like Leah Michelle. Maybe I should write a book. Maybe I'm not destined to just be that guy who does that play about Barbara Streisand. And I thought, what would I write about? And I thought, well, I could write about one of my favorite subjects, which is the history of the Wizard of Oz. Because there could never be too many books about that. In fact, there's this guy, John Frickus, who's put out one a month for years. And they're all completely different. Amazing. So, if you'll indulge me, I would like to read you a few excerpts from my book, which has absolutely nothing to do with Barbara Streisand. It's called My Passion for Oz. This cover just came to me. So, just a little bit. Thank you. I grew up in a little town in Texas called Sepia. Everything around me was sepia. Our house, the chickens, even one of our workmen who looked exactly like Liza Minnelli's second father-in-law. I was happy living in sepia, but I knew there had to be more out there somewhere in glorious Technicolor. I longed to go over the rainbow to find a piece of sky, just like Barbara Streisand, when she was a little girl in Brooklyn. But there were no twisters in Brooklyn, only a cyclone in Coney Island. Fortunately for me, I still found my way to Oz in the books by a man named L. Frank Baum, which sounds Jewish, but John Ritter played him in a TV movie, so he probably was. I read every book in the series: The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, The Emerald City of Oz, and they're all completely different. It's amazing. I especially liked The Wizard of Oz at the Golden Globes, where magic poppies make beautiful people dress badly and slur their words. I soon joined an Oz fan club back in Sepia. I think they were called the Friends of Dorothy. I always felt a bit shy at school, but I was really popular with the Friends of Dorothy. Right away. Especially some of the older friends. They would invite me over to their house, and we would act out our favorite scenes and watch movies. I didn't understand how the movies we watched related to The Wizard of Oz. Although some of them did feature singer midgets. Which brings me to the great MGM movie The Wizard of Oz, released in 1939, starring Judy Garland, the greatest singing actress the world had ever known, up until that time. The studio studio originally wanted Shirley Temple to play Dorothy, but then they realized that would make the movie far less traumatizing. Not to mention how weird the Stonewall Rebellion would have been with everybody tap dancing. Judy was, of course, incredible in the part, even if she was on amphetamines, and only a few inches taller than the Munchkins. There's a famous story that bears repeating. One of the Munchkin actors had a crush on Judy and went up to her on set and said, "Miss Garland, I want to make love to you." To which Judy replied, "Well, if you do and I find out about it." I hope that's true. But it wasn't Judy's off-screen bon mots to avoid midget sex that moved us. It was her pluck and determination to make new friends and find her way home. Just like me, finding my way from sepia Texas to the bright lights of off-Broadway. Well, my dressing room is fluorescent, but still. The Oz story is all about all of us, from the common man to Barbra Streisand. She too soared above her childhood home, flying higher than anybody thought possible, not in a house or a balloon, but on turntables and movie screens. She too found herself surrounded by little people who told her where to go. Not Munchkins, but William Morris agents. She too refused to appear in person unless people brought her something precious and hard to get. Not a witch's broom, but thousands of dollars per ticket. Pay attention to that woman behind the curtain in the director's chair. There's no place like the corners of your mind. Well, I mean, it's just a work in progress. That's what I'll have to do. Yeah, the people at Viking think there's still too much Barbra Streisand, but I'm tweaking. Which is like twerking, but your ass never moves. Anyway, thank you so much, and congratulations to BroadwayWorld, and I'm so happy to be here and support Broadway Church Equity Fight City. Thank you so much.